Good morning. Welcome to None of the Fluff, Only the Facts with Coach Claire Autrey and Yvonne Sandoval.
Good
How you
morning,
doing?
Yvonne. I'm doing good.
Good morning. Good morning. We are so happy to have Claire with us again this morning. This is our time, your time, to spend with everyone who's looking to make a change, improve their business, and just pour into themselves. So, Claire, I know that you had sent me a topic that you thought would be, and I agree, would be a great place for us to be on this Wednesday. And it is our heads are out to get us with this whole NAR DOJ stuff.
Right.
Let let's dive into that.
So I appreciate that. And I'm so glad that we collaborate before we get on here because then that way we're giving value in our content. And this is what Yvonne and I do. When we're at events or when we're on the phone with our clients and our associates, we're hearing your frustration. We're hearing your stress. And if we're not bringing this to the public forum to allow other people to understand they're not in this alone, because this is a broad topic. All right. We do not know the final outcome of DOJ and the NAR situation. We just don't. However, there's a lot of information that's going out, and agents are going, what am I to do? Well, right now it's business as usual, and you're practicing what you're going to do in the future. First it was July, now it's August. It could be backed up even further. So we're getting information as it boils down. Here's the biggest thing. Because we reach multiple clients in multiple states, you need to, number one, be aware of what your state is going to implement, as well as your local MLS if you are an agent and a mortgage person, because this is affecting the whole real estate industry, which includes title, which includes mortgages, which includes disclosures, it includes MLSs, it includes brokerage firms, it includes the associates, it includes our transaction managers. I mean, please, there are so many fingers and so many minds that are in this, and not everyone has a legal degree to understand the legalese and interpret it to their specific area. Because I was asked yesterday, and actually it wasn't yesterday, it was Monday, because I was in an event on Monday for us. Most of the agents in Northeast Florida, their local MLS is getting rid of their specific MLS documents and transitioning over to only FAR bar documents. Those agents that have been members of NEFAR for so long, it had been ingrained in them that FAR documents are inadequate and NEFAR documents are better. So we're having to reteach and reposition these agents so that they're not in angst. Well, you can imagine they were like, holy mackerel. So, you and I both know we bring experts with us when we go to speak with people. And I have brought in a local attorney who I truly trust, J. Riley Williams, and he was speaking to those documents. What's amazing is majority of the agents that were in the room did not even know that there are multiple purchase and sale agreements within the FAR documents within the state of Florida, nor did they understand which one to use and how each one of them is different. So here's the thing. Here we are in a state of flux in the market. Okay, we have listings that aren't selling. We have listings that are multiple offers. We have sellers that are frustrated because it hadn't sold. And all of this is going on. And our associates, our real estate professionals are going, but am I doing it wrong? So their heads are constantly telling them when they wake up in the morning, I can't do anything wrong. I can't do anything wrong. Here's the thing. Take a step forward, take a breath, and serve with greatness. If you don't know the answer, ask. And I will tell you that you know this, that I'm on the Agent Advisory Council with EXP, and I field questions quite frequently. The way we field questions is by asking questions, because they wouldn't be asking a question or they wouldn't be going silent or feeling like they're alone unless there was something within them that's moving them to do that. Fight, flight, or fear, right? So
That's
it's
right.
a trauma response. And I don't mean to put, oh my gosh, just because of DOJ and NAR, everybody's got trauma issues. No. However, some do, some don't, and it can still affect us to where we're less cognitive to ask for help. And that's the biggest thing right now is because our community is so big and because agents have been running alone as loan agents rather than depending upon their brokerage firm or a mentor or a coach,
Mhm.
they feel alone. So Yvonne and myself, we feel very, very passionate about this. We are not alone in this world. There is someone somewhere that can answer the question that we have if Google can't. And I will tell you right now that Google is giving false answers right now. They're going through AI issues. We all know that. Everybody's going through AI issues. But I can tell you, I don't have artificial intelligence. I do have actual intelligence on certain things. And this is what we know. No formalization of documents has been implemented right now. So you can continue to use what you're supposed to be using. And whatever your MLS or your local brokerage firm is placing in your hands, be aware. I have I have certain associates that have unsubscribed from their brokerage emails because they were inundated by too many emails. So they're missing out key effective documents that could be helping them right now. They could be real playing it. You know,
Wow.
I just received an email from our attorney, and she sent me a lot of the red line items and highlighted items of everything that we went over on Monday. And I'm sending it out to everybody who enjoyed the event. And this is what we all can base our factual experience upon. If you've been in the real estate business over 10 years, you've been through shifts. Right now, we're going through multiple waves of shifts in different segments of our real estate profession. We're going through NAR issues, which is a regulation issues. We're going through market issues where we have buyers to sellers markets, sellers to buyers markets. Some people have low inventory, some people have a high inventory. There are segments of Florida, and I'll speak to Florida alone. There are segments of Florida that are still in multiple offers. There are segments of Florida that are already in a buyer's market and have 7 months worth of income. 7 months worth of inventory. We also have an attrition situation with agents that those that have been in the business less than 5 years, because they see that they actually have to have some skills now, they're like, what do? We haven't had a paycheck since August of last year. I've spoken to a few of them.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm like, that's kind of scary. What have you been doing? And so we help through that situation because at any given point in time, most realtors run their business as a quasi employment and don't look at themselves as a business owner. They don't look that one of their jobs is they must be speaking to people every day. Multiple venues, social media, on the phone, email, voice text, I mean, written text, multiple ways that they need to be met because our customers will respond in different ways, right? And we know that. Yvonne, you taught me well. So it's the same with us as agents. Don't feel like you're a lone wolf. Don't put yourself in a silo and not raise your hand and ask for help. There are plenty of people that are out there to help. I mean, most realtors that are active in real estate, if we open up our Facebook feeds or we open up our Instagram feeds or we open up our LinkedIn feeds, there are multiple people telling us how to get rich in real estate, how to get rich in investments, how to get rich with multiple streams of income, how to get rich, blah, blah. And here's the kicker. Most of our agents are just wanting to survive right now
Yeah.
because all have had an impact, which is another angst to all of this, is the whole economy and how it switched so quickly. It actually came slowly. We just felt it really quickly, because we were like, oh, we all of a sudden woke up and we were unemployed. We had no listings, nothing in the pipeline. What do we do? You pick up the phone, right? And you ask for help. You're being accountable with your coach that you have hired, and you're being accountable to your business. Because I can assure you that Yvonne, you and I both are on the phone daily making sure that people understand that we're there to help them, be it in their real estate business, in their finance, in their life. We're there to make sure that they know that they can count on us at any given point in time. So,
Absolutely.
so Yvonne, let me ask a question. And just from Monday, how many text messages or phone calls have you received where someone was like, "Hey, have you got a minute? Can you help me?"
Oh, well, what I've done, I don't even know where I'm going to go with this one. I had a thing, I had an epiphany this week because I've had people in the last 5 days of business days reach out wanting to pick my brain. And I don't know if you saw, but I did post on social media that when someone's asking to pick my brain, I say no. And the reason why is because I say my brain is my product, and it is where my value lies. So I cannot give of my time for free, but I do so on my own timetable, and I do plenty of classes, and I do I mean hundreds of classes I've done in the last 9 years, and I've done master classes and coaching sessions all for free. But I'm not available for picking my brain, because picking my brain is the same as going into a store, taking a piece of merchandise and walking out of the store. That's called theft. Okay. And that's not encouraged. But I understand why people are doing it. Is because what it signals to me is that people are in need of answers. So if they find value in what I have to say, which they do because they're asking to pick my brain, but they don't find value in paying for that, then we have a disconnect. And
Yes.
it's the same thing with realtors, that they are out there with plenty of information, plenty of knowledge, yes, you're going to be giving of yourself, but you have to be very careful how you're disseminating your knowledge, because if you're giving it to people who are not uh, people who are going to be working with you, what's going to happen is you're going to be spending your time not in a way that's going to move you forward. So what you pay for, they say what is free is not valued. That is true. What is given for free is not valued. So working with a coach is an important part of your business strategy. As a matter of fact, I also created a post the other day. Joe Navarro, someone I think everyone should be following. Joe Navarro is a retired ex-FBI agent. He is the world's leading expert on body language, and he has a YouTube channel, and he also has a master class as well. And he teaches you how to read body language and facial recognition, and of course, the use of hands and feet, because they're actually the bigger tell than faces. And he says that if you'd like to be successful, success comes from something you pay for. You don't become successful through free information. Just like he had to put in 30 years of time, which is not free, to become the expert that he is. Same thing when it comes to your business growing forward. You have to make the investment of time. Time is money, and people's time is valued. And how we pay each other in this world is through money. So if you want to make money, you have to spend money. And coaches, their time is valuable, just like yours is as a realtor. So when you bring those two people together on an even playing field, you will thrive, because that's my job. That's Claire's job, is to help you thrive. I hope that answers the question.
It does, and I think that you put an interesting validation on it. Is a lot of times, and this is where we're getting, and I'm so glad that you went down that road. Here's what's interesting: when we are in a situation where we feel that we're going to make the wrong decision, we will reach out for a lifeline. It's not necessarily for the answer that we give them. It's for the fact that we've actually answered the phone and validated the fact that they're going through something.
Absolutely.
So this is what's so great is those tips in the actual coaching session itself. We don't go into, it's a coaching thing. However, I can validate them as a person and say, you know what, I understand what we're going through. We're all going through it. Just take a breath. Just know that I'm here for you. And if we need to schedule a session together, we can, you know. However, you're not the only one who's going through it.
Yeah.
Look around the room. 90% of the agents right now are one closing away from success and one closing away from never being in the business again. That's where we are. We've already had 35% leave.
Yeah.
Right. And they're stating by the end of, this year that we're going to lose another 35,000. Right. It's okay to validate that we're all going through stuff. It's okay to validate that person as a human. It is not okay to give away services for free. We wouldn't do it as a business owner. There are
No.
some business owners, let's just think about it. What does Amazon give away for free?
Nothing.
Yes, they do.
What?
Shipping.
Oh, shipping.
Right? Why do they give the shipping away? Only if you agree to their terms.
Right.
Right? So there's
Oh,
a unity to that.
I always figured that it's built into the price. Nothing's free in this world. Like
Nothing's free. However, they say free shipping, but now they give you an incentive, right? I hate to be harping on Amazon. Now they give you an incentive. If you order more than one thing, especially 3, they will actually give you bonus bucks back if you say to wait a day or wait 24 hours so it all come in the same box. So it saves them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're giving you a little bit of that pass on of that benefit, right? So there's always crutches. There's always a way to get that validation fit. That's all we're looking for as human beings is that validation, that self-actualization. Am I the only one who's going through it? Oh my gosh, what's the angst? Well, here's the angst right here. All of us that are following, everybody in the industry, right? That are all following the NAR situation, that are following the lawsuits that have happened, that are following who has settled, who hasn't settled. Really and truthfully, there are so many attorneys involved. Those are the people who are making the money. Because when it comes down to it, the sellers and the buyers that are caught up in this lawsuit are not really going to get any benefit except for the fact that their attorneys won.
That's true. That is absolutely true.
And that's the sad part. So we're in the same situation. When we have sellers or buyers or we have clients that are looking at the fact of, I just need something. I need something of substance just to say that whatever I'm feeling inside is okay, then I'm going to say stop. Because is it coming from your head or is it coming from your heart? If it's coming from your head's lying to you. Your heart's out to save you, but your head's lying to you because your head's going to manipulate it. So we have to have someone who can process that with us in order for it to actually be from validation to factualization. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you're going from the fluff to the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne and I can fluff you up all day, give you a hug, say great job, blah, blah, blah. However, has that really and truthfully done you any good today?
No.
What does you the most good?
The facts.
The facts about your current situation.
That's right.
Facts of the implementation of what you can do moving forward today. Because we're only given these 24 hours. Heck, you and I both could go out in traffic right now and not come home. Let's be factual about that. We have not. I've got the screen on. Never mind. I was going to say something that Yvonne, all the time. There is no expiration date on the bottom of my foot. I have no idea when the Lord's going to say it's time for you to come home. However, until that point in time, I need to be mindful that whomever has been placed in front of me needs to be served with greatness. And that greatness is the skills, the humanity, and the expertise that we bring to the table for that individual person, right? You and I have both masterminded where you knew that I would have the answer and I knew that you would have the answer. And through our conversation, we self-awared the actual solution. That is what true collaboration and coaching produces.
I
can tell somebody to go and make 5 phone calls, do this, you'll never starve. I do it to ad nauseum, right? However, if I show them the proof and then they actually hunger to agree to their commitments, it is that through self-awareness that they will implement it. People all day long. And then free advice out the door, right? Until it touches our heart, because it's going in our head because we're processing it. That's why I'm saying your head's out to get you, your heart's out to save you. We can hear that information. However, if it doesn't get into our heart, which we're moved by emotions, so if the facts are not there to back up the heart, we're not going to do anything because it hasn't been validated. It hasn't been factualized in our heart. We can understand it in our head all day long. Doesn't mean we're going to implement it. It's not until it gets down in our heart that the emotional response happens, because that's when people will move. And it's usually over pain, not over pleasure. We will run away from pain. We don't necessarily always run to pleasure.
That is true.
Because we're so used to being on that slight edge of uncomfortability and comfortability. We forget that there is true freedom. We forget the fact that there is a full resting breath when we go on vacation and turn off our phones. When's the last time I went on vacation and turned off my phone? There's a certain little place that I like to go that has almost zero cell service. My children do not like going there because there is no cell service.
Oh.
I enjoy going there because there is no cell service.
That's right.
You know? And if you want to know where it is, it's Cape San Blas. It's in the state of Florida. It's close to Port St. Joe and Apalachicola. And it's a beautiful, beautiful little cape. Gorgeous beaches, gorgeous water, gorgeous fishing, gorgeous scalloping, gorgeous houses, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Awesome.
I love that.
Little to zero cell service. So what does that say to me? I need to have that recharge. So that's what we're bringing today, is when our heads are out to get us, we need to stop, do a recharge. And here's what I do. Where are my feet? What color are my shoes? What color is the floor? And take a breath. When I can take 5 full breaths, my prefrontal cortex has now begun to work properly, to where I can process what's going into my head, getting into my heart, and be able to make a factual decision. And usually what that factual decision is I need to call someone to make sure that this is the proper way to go about this, which is my coach. And y'all know I have multiple coaches. So that's the big thing.
I found my feet.
So that's what's so cool, is I know that we have gone a roundabout way to talk about a lot of stuff so far as NAR. However, it comes down to everyone's core. What are they in fear of? They're in fear of, holy mackerel, I don't have a closing this month. Holy mackerel, I don't have another listing in the pipeline. Holy mackerel, I'm going to starve. I'm the sole breadwinner of the family. All of this is going on in their heads, and they're holding it on to it. And what it's causing is a deep, deep hurt within them. Fear. False evidence appearing real. Well, I can assure you that anybody who is out there right now that is in fear, there is 2 things that they can do. Ask for help or die.
Yeah, that's
They
true.
can sit there and sit in their own stuff instead of spreading it around and making compost. Now, I was really good. I did not cuss, which is not my norm. If you see me in person, I say that a little bit differently. So it's just one of those things, right? You're not alone. Everyone is struggling. We have customers and clients that are at all kinds of socioeconomic levels, and they're all stating the same thing. Most people that are under the age of 40, okay, have never been through times like what we're going through right now. Never. They never went through, oh my gosh, we have to budget in our own household. We can't go out to eat. What do you mean I can't go to Starbucks every day? What do you mean? That generation specifically, because we were so well off, never went through the struggle to get to where we were well off. Well, now we're back in it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is no magic wand. You have to budget. You have to lead with revenue. You have to do that within your business, within your household. And all of this is threatening what's going on in your head by giving you false information. Here's the deal. There are plenty of houses that went on the market this month. There are plenty of houses that sold this month. There are plenty of houses that went under contract this month. There are plenty of loans that were written for those homes. It wasn't all cash. The hedge funds are still out there. Everyone is still buying and selling homes. Everybody's still moving here and forth across the universe. You know, it's our responsibility to make sure we serve everyone, including our clients. And we have to do it with greatness, and we have to do it with the facts. The facts are this. The consumer is talking about it. The consumer wants us to elicit, you know, their particular situation within what's going to happen. Here's the thing. I can't manipulate the market. I can interpret it. So stick to your facts, and I'll stick to my facts.
Absolutely. Well, I think there's two things. I always tell, and I had a session yesterday, and the person says to me, it's a coaching session, and the person says, I'll make videos. I'll do the videos I need to do. Yvonne, give me 10 topics, and I'll go and I'll make the videos. And I said, well, you know that everything you need is within you. I'm not going to, as a coach, tell you what to do. You already know what to do, and you're excellent at video. It's one of your fortes. So what we're going to do is you're going to answer a question, and you're going to figure out the topics yourself. I'm not here to do that. So I asked the question, and I said, what is it that you hear from consumers? What is the most frequently asked questions? And that person started rattling off all the things that they hear as a professional that are of them. So I started writing them down, and I said, here, and I turned it around. I said, well, you needed 10. You have 15. So you have 15 video topics. Everything is inside of you. A coach, what they do is they just draw it out of you. We're not here to tell you what to do. You already know. As a professional, especially with my average client has 12 years in the business. So they know what to do. They've been doing it. This is their career. But why do they need a coach? Because the coach is going to bring them back to their roots. It's going to bring them back to reality. It's going to focus them to go inward. What has been working? Well, let's start doing that again. Let's get you back on a schedule. It's a refocusing. That's all coaching is. It's a refocusing.
Absolutely. And you said that perfectly, because if we're telling somebody what to do, then we're training them. That's what trainers do. And you do a great job at that as well. So you are one of those anomalies where you're a great trainer and a great coach. I, however, am a great speaker and a great coach. I'm not a good trainer. I'm not. I hold that to people who do it much better than I do. And I am very well aware of that. You know, so that's what makes it. A trainer tells you what to do. A coach helps you implement what the trainers told you to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like I said, everyone does know, because there's plenty of people watching who say, well, I don't need a coach because I know what to do. And I've been doing it for 10 years. And I've been very successful. And words are very, very powerful. I've been very successful. Mm-hmm. Well, you're talking in the past tense. So what is your current tense? And the current tense is, if you are not doing as well as you had done in the past, and what you're doing is pointing to, it's the market, it's the NAR thing, it's the interest rate, it's the this, it's the that, then what you're doing to yourself is a disservice, because you're discounting the things that you are good at, and past tense, we're good at. You're still that same person. There is no past tense. There is only today. So I want them to focus on the things that are within them, especially the things that bring them joy. Because I coach to joy, and that's what I think what our coaches do, is that we're bringing out the things in you that you do love about the career you chose, which is real estate, and we're going to make you double down on the things that make you joyful. Because if you have to wake up every morning and hate what you do, you're not living a life by design, living a life by default.
That's right.
And we do not want you to do that. Your coach is here to help you bring it out, the best in you, like anyone else. You go to the beauty parlor, as we say in New York, you go to get your hair styled and done. What is that person doing? They're bringing out the best of you. They're not hating you.
Right.
Everything, whether you're going to a personal trainer or even going to the doctor, all they're doing is helping you to heal and be the best you that you can be.
Hmm.
That's what a coach does. And if you find value in being your best self, then you'll find value in working with a coach. And if you don't,
Absolutely. This all goes back to everybody's brain, and what is tweaking in our brain, right? So someone has said to me in the past, oh, well, this, that, and the other. I need a coach, that has done such and so, because then they can take me to the next level. And I'm like, that's interesting. So let me ask you a question, and I love football, right? Um, did Nick Saban ever do that? He's one of the greatest coaches. Did Lou Holtz ever do that? Right?
yeah, exactly.
I'm like going, wait, hold on. I know plenty of great coaches in real estate that have never had their real estate license.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Tons of them, and I love them. I know plenty of business coaches that are dynamic business coaches and have never been in real estate, but they
Of course.
still know business. They still know about business. They know what makes businesses run, and they can still coach businesses to succeed to whatever their chosen level is. And just like what you and I both said, this is about the joy. And when you and I are hearing that there's a lack of joy out in the streets and out in the trenches, that's why we're bringing content like this to you right now, because we want you to realize you're not alone. We want you to realize that we're here, and also let you know, don't be a silo. Don't sit there and keep suppressing all that stuff, because then you're going to get sick, and then you'll get stressed out, and then you're going to the doctor, and then are you kidding me? You have nothing in your pipeline. Can you really deserve to go to the doctor right now?
That's right.
I mean, Yvonne and I can both tell you how much we spend on healthcare insurance. Just saying.
The whole idea of, and once again, I mean, I want people to realize, like, and you made a very good point. Many coaches that haven't ever sold real estate, because a coach's job is to bring out the best in you. You
Yeah,
don't have to have sold real estate to have that talent, because it's a talent of being able to bring out the best in another human.
I
And
agree.
and even in our personal lives, when the reason why we seek out a partner in our lives is because that person makes us feel like the best version of ourselves. So it's the exact same thing that we're seeking in business, is a partner who brings out the best in us so that we can be as successful as we can be. So regardless of if they've sold real estate or not, or no matter what field you're in, you're looking for a partner coach who is going to bring out the best in you. And if anyone's interested, and if you want to move forward and you want to have, what to do, you're just not doing it. That is one of our biggest clientele. That's the number one overarching combination that we work with and work well with, is people who want to do better and have everything they need inside of them. They just need somebody to support them through it.
And to
So
unlock it. Yeah.
then they'll unlock that.
Focus on your strengths rather than your weaknesses. And most coaches don't do that. However, we are unusual to that.
Absolutely. So we have our QR code on the screen. If you're interested in working with Claire, all you have to do is take a 15-minute call. I'll be talking to you, and we'll go over what Claire can offer on a one-to-one basis. We also have available, starting in July 1st, is going to be group coaching with Claire. And all of our coaches are going to be having group coaching. You just go to our website, which is now getcoaching365.com, which will be launching on July 1st. It is $199 per month for group coaching that is going to give you sessions with Claire and in the group setting. It is no contract. We do ask you to give us 30 days notice before, if you wanted to cancel. But why would you? For $199 a month, you're getting a partner who is going to bring out the best in you. You're going to flourish, and you're going to recoup that investment in yourself immediately. I mean, that's just a given. So go to our website, which is getcoaching365.com or getleverage365.com as well. And check out Claire, learn more about her. She is here to help. And we look forward to seeing her again next Wednesday on None of the Fluff, Only the Facts. Thank you so much, Claire.
See you later.
Bye.
See ya.